Hello everyone and welcome back to Fire Emblem Three Houses, where last we left off, we had the final battle, I guess you could say, against the three time skip forces. And sadly we lost, even though if it gave me the choice of fighting, I probably would have won anyway. And we've now skipped technically only 4 years, because we were in 91, now it's 95, or whatever the year ended in. I think, no, 81. So it's only been 4 years. I don't know why it's gone to 5. I guess they were taking 5 from the beginning of the school year. And we have free time in seminars, so I don't know how much game's going to be changing now that we've lost the Archbishop, but apparently no real change. St. Seros Day? Oh boy! Don't know what that's going to be. Oh! Blessing of the Lands. That's rare monster sighting. I want to do the rare monsters. 2 rare monsters. Actually, 4 off times this week. This month. Probably because it all just lines up that way. And an event to restore the monastery, but we're already going to get attacked. It's a sword tournament, so somebody's going to have fun with that. Let's look at the certifications. As far as I can tell, only Claude had changed. Yeah, Raphael is still a monk, it looks like. Oh no, he's a brawler now. He wasn't a brawler in the fight we just had, I don't think. I may have made him a brawler, actually, I don't know. Ah, yes, the proper armor of a fisticuffs man. Ignaz is still a thief. She's still her class. Strange how it brought the concept up, but nobody's really changed. Looks like she was made a sniper, then she moved back into archer. Hello to you as well, sniper. Even though I didn't say I am returned, I said I have returned. I'm holding them ransom. Let's go exploring. I've got events to look at. Oh boy. Got brave stuff. I don't know brave gauntlets. That's a lot of quests. Go have this event.
Professor.
Hey, Catherine, baby. Got some training weights for you.
I will not yield! Yeah! It's been a while since I had such a close call. If not for you, Professor, I wouldn't have made it. I didn't expect to be ambushed on a simple scouting mission. You should be asking about the mission, not about me. I have to ask, Professor, what brought you here?
You.
So you came to protect me. I'm beginning to understand why your allies love you. These are selfish times. one doesn't expect to encounter selflessness. You're kind. In that respect, I'd say you're much like Lady Rhea. Of course. It's thanks to her kindness that I'm here today. I was an outlaw in Fargus. She took me in and let me live here. Didn't I tell you? I was born into House Karen in Fargus. They used to call me Thunderstrike Cassandra. I was implicated in a plot to kill the king. It was a totally false accusation, of course. I had to flee the kingdom, and the Archbishop took me in. I used to be a student at the academy, so I knew I'd be safe here. Lady Rhea saved me once when I was a student, you know. I don't really remember what happened. I was badly injured and near death. Lady Rhea took care of me. She didn't mind getting dirty. She took my muddied, bloodied body into her arms. Since then, Lady Rhea has been my inspiration. I will always serve her, protect her, love her. For some reason, when I think about Lady Rhea, your face comes to mind. You've become an important presence in my life. I wasn't expecting you to have a positive response. I'm not thrilled about it personally. I am still going to keep my eye on you. Not so I can report to Lady Rhea, though. Just because I want to.
Ooh.
I'm pretty headstrong, but Claude could give me a run for my money. I mean, he's dragged the Knights into this. You ought to be careful, Professor. I wonder if you've got a hidden headstrong side. You must be hiding it really well, though.
Sure about that? She has 2 quests.
Excuse me, could you do me a favor? Excuse me, could you do me a favor?
I guess I have to actually find those on the map, not something I already have. Is this teaching her, or... No, looks like she's teaching me this, because this is my side of the thing. How those seeds I planted 5 years ago. They're still here.
Do you have time for a request?
I need a favor.
All to quests. Maybe just picking these up in just case anything on the floor I need to find for them. In this case of Hilda, it seems like I do have to pick up things on the floor.
Hey, I could use a hand. got a favor to ask.
Now we can do the normal exploration. Curious as if there's going to be any more lost items around. Most likely isn't going to be any for Rhea.
Right, right.
Yep.
I was curious that we already have the tournament up and running again.
Professor, it's not just for my
Just
village that
take
I'm
all my
fighting
money!
alongside
No,
you
not
here,
this
you know.
soon! Not this soon! Ah!
Good afternoon, Arco. Thank you for the 101.
It's also that Captain Gerald asked me, his first and greatest apprentice, to look out for you. Of course, it wouldn't be enough just to keep you alive. It's my duty to make sure you win, too. So do your best, Professor, and count on me to watch your back.
A country with no king has no future. That's why I made my way here. Professor, don't let me down. You'll understand soon enough.
This guy looks cool with his new outfit. Of course, I'm going to throw Catherine into the sword fight. Why wouldn't I? She's going to take no damage. Go ahead.
Fighting is what I do.
Yep, totally fine.
Stay down.
Stop!
Lady
He's
Rhea.
already dead. It's fine.
Can't hold me back.
It's fine as well.
Stay down. All for Lady Rhea.
And fine with no heals. Nice I miss.
Fighting is what I do.
Sucks to be them. Oh yeah, Arco, there's a question you can answer for me. These support levels, are they only... do they only apply if they're an adjutant with you? Or are they when they're next to you attacking an enemy? Ah, I've already maxed out with Catherine. Sage. Oh, sure? Okay.
Hi.
Not allowed inside Bernadetta's room. We catch this monster fish. Is this the fish I was looking for? Sadly, in this menu, I can't see if my quest completed, but I'm pretty sure that was going to be the fish.
You've done me a great service.
Yeah, I got it first try.
Professor! Oh my, it's so good to see you. These days, so many old friends seem to be disappearing. But you're here.
She's definitely
It's
changed.
incredible to see you again after 5 years. I have a feeling your name will go down in history.
Professor! I'd given up on ever seeing you again. Where have you been hiding? Anyway, now that we're reunited in the land of the living, I must fulfill my promise. That's right. I promised the captain I'd protect you in his stead, and now I'll make good on my word.
Have fun with that. Oh, Gatekeeper
Professor?
survived.
Greetings, Professor. Nothing to report. You know, it's such a thrill to be able to greet you like this again. I almost died as well in the battle 5 years ago, but I won't allow any enemies to get into this place again. I promise you that. Even if the Death Knight shows up, I'll be sure to... Well, for now I'll keep training, so I can eventually feel confident that I can stop him.
Yes, keep training at the gates.
Hello there. This one, yes? I thank you. This one, yes? I thank you. This one, yes? I thank you. Return soon, please.
Or strength.
Hey, welcome. You have a good eye. A pleasure doing come again.
Yeah, I'm getting hair clips just for you. I mean, for
Welcome.
Annette.
Please come again.
Hello.
What do you require? Farewell.
Professor.
Welcome. Will this one do? Many thanks. Will this one do? Many thanks. Will this one do? Many thanks. Will this one do? Many thanks.
All the billions.
Come back soon.
It's a shame he's not using an axe.
Professor?
Gatekeeper.
Let's see.
Okay.
I'm more of a mercenary than a knight these days. I work to get paid. I never was too attached to Fodlan. I was considering leaving soon, but I might change my mind if you're around.
How sweet.
In Lady Rhea's absence, I will follow you. That's what she would want me to do. Know that wherever you might lead us, I'll continue searching for Lady Rhea. Good, because I will not budge on that point. Welcome back, Professor.
Still can't give her the ring that was left behind for me.
I'll take it. I love it.
Catherine's one of those characters nobody dislikes. I'm pretty sure there's some people who hate the idea of strong women who don't like her. So you can ask me this, Arco. How can I choose somebody to be my partner? Because I have the ring from Gerald, but I don't see an option here to do it. Is it just something that happens story-wise? So I don't want it to be ending up as a Fable or Dragon's Dogma thing where I've been friendly to several people and it just randomly selects, oh, Merchant number 5, you like him, right? He's your partner.
Right.
During the Millennium Festival, the leaders of all territories were supposed to gather together and pledge perpetual peace. But now that hope has been dashed, thanks to the Emperor's actions. The kingdom is also vastly different than before. I guess we'll never return to the world as it was 5 years ago.
Oh, and it's changed. Quite a lot.
Hi, Professor. Do you remember what we talked about before? About doing my best to not do my best? Well, I've been pretty busy recently, and despite my best efforts, I've been trying way too hard. I was busy all day yesterday with training and work. I just couldn't help myself. That's why I decided to take a day off today. It's just, now that I have a day off, I don't know what to do with myself. Please, you have to help me. What should I do?
Have a nap.
I tried that. I couldn't calm down enough to fall asleep. I'm sorry, but I don't think I'm cut out for not doing my best. Oh! You're a professor. You must know some secret technique for deep relaxation, right? If you do, please teach me. I'm begging you. I'm at my wit's end. Got it. I'll try that right now. This candy is so sweet and delicious, and it goes so well with piping hot tea.
What is that sugar?
Ooh, and speaking of the tea, your brewing skills are incredible. I'd love to be able to make such nice tea, but... Oh, Professor, will you teach me how to brew tea like this? I'll do my best to learn, and then I'll make delicious tea for you as thanks. Oh, sorry. Back to my old tricks, it seems. So, why is it so difficult to not do my best? I try and try to not try, but it just doesn't work. Professor? You're right. Doing nothing is just not my style. To be myself, I've got to do my best every day. Okay. Then you really must teach me how to make such delicious tea. You will, won't you? Please. Oh, and also, well, thank you. You've listened to me and helped me face my troubles. Now I feel like I can talk to you about anything. Honestly, I wish we could go on drinking tea like this forever.
You need to go to the bathroom eventually.
What the?
S rank is romantic, you only have one S rank. There's no gay relationships? At least not from the options I have available. Oh, apparently Annette is also S. Aloy is S, so I guess Aloy is able to be in a gay relationship. I'll just assume there's a choice later since it says after the war.
Okay.
In the Alliance, the Lords have been at odds, so peace and prosperity have declined there as well. In particular, bandits have been appearing in large numbers near the Great Bridge of Myrden. Rumor has it that the domain's lord, someone by the name of Acheron, is a completely ineffectual leader.
Or she can have S, several S. I have two S's. Both Annette and Catherine are S. They're lit up. I think he even said I have to wait for the end of the war for Annette. Yeah, wait till the war ends. So I do have two S's. Because they're both blue when they're meant to be grayed out. Oh no, it was 1180. Why was I thinking it was... Oh no, I was thinking of 81 because it was, we were going into age 20? I don't fucking know. Female MC has more choices? Of course.
Professor!
Lesbians are hotter than gay people, didn't you know?
Okay.
No.
Why is nobody in class? F's for everybody. D for Annette.
Hey, you.
Hey you, whoever you are.
Oh, hey there. What are you doing up at this hour? My brain's just busy. Thoughts keep going around and around in there, and meanwhile my eyes are wide open. At times like this, I like to gaze up at the stars to clear my head. I've been that way since I was a kid. Looking up at the big starry sky makes my dreams feel small, which makes it feel like I can actually make them come true. I didn't believe in gods when I was a kid. Maybe that's because the night sky took their place for me. Hey, Teach. Will you talk with me a while?
You gonna give me back my
I bet
father's
you
diary?
figured this out, but I wasn't born in Fodlan. Where I come from, the people of Fodlan are looked down on as cowards. Technically, that cowardice runs in my veins. On my mother's side, anyway. That's why the people who were around me when I was growing up thought of me as an outsider. But I don't believe the people of Fodlan are cowards. That kind of perspective is just based on ignorance. The person from Fodlan who I know best is my mother. She fell in love with a man from the wrong side of the border and had the guts to leave home to pursue that love. I always threw that in the faces of anyone who tried to make a fool of me. My mother is proof the people of Fodlan aren't all cowards. Just saying that doesn't achieve anything, though. I need to destroy the prejudices that have taken root in my homeland. That's why I came here, to see Fodlan with my own eyes. I thought I might be able to find a new perspective that could help me change things. And what did I find? That the people here view anyone who's an outsider as a beast of sorts. I was shocked. Even though our cultures and beliefs are completely different, our two lands have that much in common. That's when I realized the only way to change things is to bring the whole world together and start anew. That's the dream I've been working towards since I first entered the Officers Academy 5 years ago. To unify the Alliance, and then all of Fodlan, and to bring a new set of values to this new land of mine. After that, I'd expand that vision to the rest of the world, break down the walls, and let a new perspective come rushing in, start all over. Do you think that's just a crazy pipe dream, or a brilliant ambition? Not too long ago, I would have said it was too much for me to accomplish on my own. But that's not how I feel anymore. And that's because I have you on my side now. Lately, I've spent a lot of time thinking about how I wouldn't have made it this far without you. You and me, Teach. We can go anywhere. Do anything. I hope that you always walk in step with me.
No.
At least, until the day comes when we can look out at the peaceful world we've built. Together.
I decline.
Okay.
It's a tough one. It's a though one, not a tough one. Yeah, they want to make sexuality part of the character for players. All bi would have been cooler. Yeah, I suppose. But then everyone isn't all bi in real life, so I guess reality versus pandering kind of affair. Who's to say? Doesn't seem that there's a whole lot of gay relationships, like man on man wise, but that might be down to me not having all of the... I have a lot more females in my party than I do males.
see.
Yeah, the teacher is kind of the crux of everybody.
Professor?
Without him, everything kind of just falls apart, even though it makes sense religion-wise because we are the god they pray to.
I have written to my father to signal my intention to remain here. Not that I require his approval to do so. There is not much for me to gain by returning to Alliance territory now. But by staying, I will be able to influence the course of events directly on the field of battle. We will not be friends, but I will cooperate with him as much as is necessary to secure victory.
How is Lawrence not by? He's very aggressively straight in the way he hits on every female, and there's never been a complaint he's been hitting on men. A lot of the time, he's very angry at guys. Like, he always puts them down, but I think it's just more that there's more commoner guys than there are commoner girls in the classes, so he just hates them because of their status rather than what's between their legs.
Listen.
Is 100% a closet homosexual? I've not really seen much
Mine
tendencies
alongside
for him
you
to do
and
that.
everyone else is a dream come true, Professor. And don't worry about my little sis. Right now, she's back home helping out with the family business. I kind of figured I was going to be stuck going back and taking over for her. But thanks to you and Claude, I get to work on my dream of becoming a proper knight.
Members of the Knights tell me that Father left their ranks 5 years ago. They say he announced he was returning to the kingdom, but nobody's heard from him since. I haven't received word that he went back home to Mother. Where could he be? Where are you, Father?
He's over there. Though I do like how this time skip kind of feels like this place has changed from a college to a university. Like, they've ditched all of the school uniforms and formality for more interpersonal friendship. Even that kind of a big change is more like secondary school to university. College has a bit of it. Because most colleges, you don't even need a uniform.
I'm pretty headstrong, but Claude could give me a...
I have the flowers. Don't know what it was now. This?
You're sweet, thanks.
Ah, Gladios.
You're sweet. Thanks so much. You're a sweetheart. Hi there.
Stuff is broken. I mean, nothing was broken in my university. Aside from just the school system itself. And how, partway through my education, they were breaking it down, moving it to the main campus. So everything got fucked. Then my masters got fucked, so I didn't even get to do it.
Professor.
There's a new place I can move to towards the bottom right of the map. Popped up when I was in the teleporting menu.
Professor, I am so glad you are unharmed. No matter the path you walk, I will be with you every step of the way. Anything you ask of me, I shall see it through. You saved my life, and I am in your debt.
Yes. During his search for her grace, the Archbishop, Seteth has visited churches all across the land. It served to demonstrate to the devout across Fodlan that the Church of Seros is still going strong. As a result, the faithful are not currently in a state of chaos.
How nice.
Hey there, my friend. It's funny how the monastery was once in ruins, but now it's downright bustling. Thanks to a little promise 5 years ago, our buddies have all gathered, and even the knights have returned. It's like we were all just waiting for you to awaken. And now, we're all going to band together against the Imperial Army. You should go and talk to everyone if you can. There may be some who are still on the fence.
Like those, wasn't able to get into my class.
Hi. Really?
There's a bit of light there for some reason. I thought there was a pile of money at the back there then.
It seems that in the last 5 years, the monks here have left this place for the town below. However, once they learn of our return, perhaps they'll come back. I hope the monastery can return to normal someday.
I'll keep my voice down. Don't want people.
Music speaks to the heart.
Dear Goddess, even with the church in shambles, we can still pray. The Goddess will surely hear our prayers. But still, I hope the church can return to its former beauty someday.
Where did the rubble even come from? This... The ceiling is still there. I don't know where that came from. I don't think the statue would have created that much rubble.
Need something? This one? You're all set. See you again soon. What?
Hello.
It's been fixed up quite a bit, but its battle scars aren't so easily erased. To think that a glorious cathedral with 1,000-year history would end up like this. I'll rebuild this place someday. This cathedral is the symbol of Fodlan. Maybe I should paint a picture of the beautiful cathedral of old. Well, I still remember what it looked like.
I got anything for you? You like art?
Thank you so much, Professor.
Ah, was this a mental piece for this fella? Or was it going to be for Hilda?
Oh, good. Thanks.
There's now a third floor. We've been to the third floor.
I've grown weary and impatient. These past 5 years, my hands have been bound. But now, I can finally take action with a clear goal. I'm grateful to you and to everyone. Down with the Empire. Surely peace will soon follow if the Empire is overthrown. Then my parents can finally find peace themselves.
Yeah, before I forget, I was thinking of probably putting a knowledge gem onto Catherine. 28, I'm 37. Same level of everyone else, but just for her class experience. Shields.
Oh, let's see. I don't know anything about rebuilding, but I can sure do my best to clean up the mess. I'm gonna keep Lady Rhea's room spotless, so she can use it right away whenever she gets back. You gotta find her, Professor. You just gotta.
Oh, there's a board up here now. Can I actually enter this room? That I can. The very low level of detail bird here. Guess this is where Rhea would have held her meetings. Where they all talked about me behind my back.
Hi.
Thankfully, it appears the records and equipment I need for my research have not been damaged. I am most curious, though. You say you were asleep for 5 whole years. Incredible. Perhaps this is another effect of your crest. I do look forward to investigating you in greater detail.
Lovely.
Wonderful news. I am most excited to begin. We must find the time, of course.
My Professor, you haven't changed a bit. At your age, I'd expect your whole demeanor to have changed greatly over 5 years. Though, I suppose I haven't changed either, right? Thank you for noticing, by the way. Ah, just the two of us, forever young. Oh, let me have my fun.
Professor. 5 long years I've searched for you and the Archbishop.
It is a pleasure to see you again. The Church of Seros will follow you from now on, but please do not abandon the search for Lady Rhea.
What for Warner?
Thank you. I know the battles ahead will be dire, but we will support you with all our strength.
Let me sit on the tiny throne. Ooh, I'm in Rhea's room. It's a very bare bones room for the Archbishop. He has a big ass bookcase, but there's no makeup table, no chest of drawers, no wardrobe. Unless these side rooms are going to be it. So one of these side rooms is probably going to be her ensuite. Star Terrace. She had her own private, what you call this, garden? I guess you would call it a garden. Alrighty, that's everywhere I've been. I need to check the quest for Hilda. Surprised I don't have those.
Eating delicious food. I like this dish.
I buy those at the market.
Hello there. Return soon, please.
Hey, welcome.
Doesn't seem like it. I guess I need to grow them with root vegetables or something.
You have a good eye. You have a good eye. A pleasure doing business with. Come again.
Professor.
Suppose I can do training for the rest of this. They just train me in their goals. Looks like they train in what they have trained themselves.
Hey, I'm more. I never was, but I might change my. In Lady Rhea's know that wherever. In Lady Rhea know that wherever.
Felix can probably train me in sword, yeah?
A country with...
Maybe because I'm above what he is. Ignat. He's a A+ as well, I think.
It's been fit to think I'll rebuild. Maybe I should.
Yeah, they have to be higher level than mine.
Quite give anyway.
Professor, it's incredible. I have a feeling.
You can cook too, huh? Let's see who's better. You've got deft hands, I admit. Now see what I can do. Of course.
I have a lot of ingredients for it. I can just spam around. Yeah, Fisherman's Bounty.
This is delicious.
That looks delicious.
This is nearly as delicious as Mother's cooking.
This is a wonder.
Grind up my professor level.
Oh, my favorite food.
That looks appetizing.
The flavor is nostalgic to me for... This is so good.
Can't see any discussions need to be held. I guess they're gonna approach me during the week. Yeah, I don't see any discussions I can have around here. Oh! Okay, it's different. How is he a Wyvern Master if his Wyvern Mastery is E? I suppose I'll move over to flying so we can get better at that. I don't know what that free star is for. It shouldn't be... Yeah, it's not the statue. I guess maybe for his breast weapon?
Some things you...
Nope. Nope. Nope.
So many perfects.
You...
I have a question.
I may have an answer.
Impressive. You know, you're a really good teacher.
Nice amount of experience.
Hello, Professor. What brings you here? Fancy a bit of fishing? You know, I can hardly go fishing without thinking of old Gerald. He and I would just sit here, casting our lines again and again. I'm no better at it now than I was then. Not a single nibble. Just like your father. You know all the tricks of the fisherman's trade. I was hopeless at it, but he was a master. In the time it took me to catch one fish, he could fill his basket to the brim. You know, talking to you, I'm feeling very nostalgic. Why don't you join me? We can trade some stories about the old man. We spoke before about how Gerald never seemed to age, right? Once, when he was drunk, he let the secret slip. He said he'd had an infusion of crest-bearing blood, and it had greatly extended his life. Well, we'd both been drinking. I figured he was joking, so I just laughed it off. Then I asked him his age. He said he'd stopped counting after he hit 100. And he was telling the truth. In those 20 years he was away, he didn't age a bit. An incredible person, to be sure. And I probably don't know the half of it. Actually, I'd like to ask you something about Gerald, if you don't mind. When Gerald was away from the monastery, what was he like? In other words, he was exactly the same. When he was with the knights, he always found time to go fishing. He was hooked on it, you might say. He'd say there was no greater pleasure in life than sinking his teeth into a fish he'd caught and washing it down with a drink. I have to say, right now, fishing with you, it really takes me back. This feels just like the good old days, when Gerald was sitting alongside me.
They just painted those fishing rods onto that background.
Professor, a moment? I am sorry that I doubted your ability. I deeply regret ever holding such a view of you. It is obvious to me now that you are extraordinary. Do you doubt your own power, even now? I suppose that's only natural. You've lived your whole life knowing next to nothing about yourself. Not even Gerald could have possibly known all there is to know about you. But I wonder, are you satisfied with that? Are you content, not knowing who you are? Or do you yearn to know more? That was a foolish question, of course. You are not the sort to be complacent. So, only one more question matters. Are you ready?
Ready to rock.
The truth. All of it. Learning it will doubtlessly have direct consequences on your life. I do not know what those will be. You may decide, once you learn it, that you wish you hadn't. But even if you have such regrets, you will never be able to return to ignorance. So, are you ready to know the truth?
I have no choice.
I see. That is what I wish to hear. Since the Archbishop put so much faith in you, I will continue to offer my aid. More than that, I will put my faith in you as well, and I will do all that is within my power to help you someday reach the truth.
Oh, I thought you were going to tell me the truth. Okay, then.
Let's show them the power.
Dear goddess. That wasn't so bad.
I'm just not there yet.
I suppose it's working.
I still have like 2 other friendship support things to look at. But they didn't
Everyone
give
should
me
sing
them.
louder. There's someone who's slightly off.
Wait, I need time for Hilda? Maybe she's gonna have a mission or something. Why are they not ready to speak with me? Guess I should watch some of these things.
Oh, do you have an itch back there? I guess you can't scratch it on your own, can you?
Hi, Marianne.
Oh, Claude. It's just you.
Sorry, I know you're in the middle of an important discussion with Dorte, but could I talk to you?
About what?
It's about this thing you think you're burdened with. I've tried to guess what it is.
Please don't. This is making me a little uncomfortable.
There's no reason to feel uncomfortable. It's not like I plan on saying it aloud. But if my guess is correct, there's something I want to tell you. Will you hear me out?
Fine. I will listen.
Once upon a time, in a faraway place.
What the... Are you telling me a story?
Just listen. Once upon a time, in a faraway place, there was a young boy. This boy came from a despised lineage. In short, his mother was a daughter of the enemy. So the young boy was treated horribly by everyone around him. He hadn't done anything wrong. Everyone hated him simply for existing. Yelling, fighting back, explaining himself. Nothing he did could change his situation. When he was finally old enough, he ran far away from home. He escaped.
It sounds to me like he had no choice. I would have done the same had it been me.
Thing is, after he ran away, he still found himself in the very same position. People in the outside world hated him for where he came from.
Well, now that's...
The boy thought he had no place to go. All he could do was destroy the boundary between the inside and the outside worlds.
Destroy the boundaries?
Right. If there was no outside and inside, just one side to share, then the people outside wouldn't have a reason to hate him anymore, right? It wouldn't be easy, but if he managed it, he could shrug off that burden. The point is, people are born with burdens to carry. That much is undeniable. But whether they bind us or we cast them aside, that's up to us. So I think you should try to cast yours aside, Marianne. Put that heavy burden down. It's time.
But I don't know if I can do it.
It's okay. I'm here for you. We're the same, and I can help you.
The same? Claude, we have nothing in common.
Hey, did you see that, Dorte? Your friend just smiled at me.
Thank you for sharing your story. I suppose I could try casting aside burden, as you say. We can try together.
Let's do that. And when we're free, we can change the whole world.
They do have something in common. They look after the horses. They've been looking after them for months. Well, years if they did it without me telling them to.
I feel like I'm drowning in responsibilities. Claude, take my mind off it all. Regale me with another of your weird childhood stories.
Okay, then. How about an old story from a foreign land that my dad told me when I was a kid? Once upon a time, there was a white camel that got separated from his herd.
I'm so happy for that white camel. I really thought he was gonna die.
Was that story really worth bawling your eyes out over?
It was wonderful. Don't you know how moving that story is?
You know, I never thought much of it until today. But seeing you bawling like that, I do appreciate it a little more now.
What's that mean?
Well, you're always fake crying, aren't you? Getting all misty-eyed to make people think you're a delicate flower?
What? You're awful. I only cry when I'm sad.
Claim what you like, but I can spot real tears from fake tears any day of the week. Fess up.
If you understand me so well, maybe it's because you're no different.
How's that?
When you smile or laugh, it's not sincere. I can tell. I've only seen you genuinely smile a handful of times. Like when you're talking to the professor.
Wow, good one, Hilda. You hit me right in the gut. I guess you're right. I'm not so different from you in that way. But how did you come to realize that? Have you been watching me that closely?
I'm afraid so. My eyes seem to wander toward you of their own accord. Hold on. Forget I said that. I didn't say that.
Nope, no can do. Forgetting isn't something this crafty brain of mine is capable of. Besides, my eyes have a tendency to wander in your direction too. How else do you think I found out about your fake crying?
Huh? What are you getting at?
Say, Hilda, once everything's settled down, do you want to come meet my parents? I mean, don't get the wrong idea, you just seem interested in my family. Besides, you've opened up to me quite a bit, but I still haven't let you in on my own secrets. If you meet my parents, I think you'll understand, though it might come as a bit of a surprise.
Your family? I'd be lying if I said I wasn't curious.
Well then, if neither of us changes our minds before the opportunity presents itself, let's agree to go visit my home together.
Although, if it's a long journey, my brother might not be too happy.
True, that might be a tough nut to crack. As tough as Fodlan's locket.
Yes, very smooth.
Well, we've got another battle coming up. What do you think of our chances?
Winning is always the goal. At any rate, I've done everything I can to prepare.
That's the right attitude. I'm sure they're doing all they can on their side, too.
I don't doubt it, but however strong they are, it's no more than a Fodlan concern. Who knows how far this world extends beyond the boundaries of Fodlan? Talk of strength or weakness doesn't amount to much when it's only in relation to a tiny corner of the world.
Guess you're right. Thinking about it like that, even this war seems like a storm in a teacup.
Exactly. It's nothing more than an internal quarrel amongst the people of Fodlan.
Typical laid-back Claude. I always like talking to you. Your perspective on the world is so refreshing. Things I thought were obvious turn out not to be.
The way you think, that changes the way you see things. Common sense never tells the whole story. It's similar to what we were talking about before, about how you need to doubt yourself first.
True enough, but where did you get these ideas? That perspective of looking past the walls of Fodlan, when it's all we can see in front of us.
Do you really want to know?
I do.
But I'm afraid now isn't the time. When this war is won, I'll tell you all about it. It'll be easier for me to show you than to tell you.
Show me. Are we going somewhere?
It's quite a distance. You'll start to appreciate how big the world is if you go.
Sounds eye-opening. I'll look forward to it. Can we call it a promise?
Far, I will go the distance.
Yes, it's a promise. But first, let's win this war and leave it far behind us.
Now, before I continue looking for all of these conversational pieces, I shall be right back. I have returned.
Claude, are you aware of the most recent conflict within the Alliance?
Hello to you too, Lawrence. And you'll have to be more specific. The Alliance is always bickering over one thing or another.
Apparently, I missed something when I was away, because there's a long list in my Streamlabs. Oh, thank you very much for the 13 gifted subs there, Arco. Let's see if there's anyone I know in there. Heatmeister, that's Azu. I think that's the only one I know in their list. More meetings. Terrible. No, I didn't wait for the alerts to end, I just got back. Let me just double check if I do have the 50. It says I have 50 of 50, so I should have my final emote slots. Check if they get automatically added in. Channels and videos? Because I need to get to the proper listing for the affiliate. Oh, they've changed everything. They keep changing the bloody setup of this. Count settings. It's not in there. Maybe it's in my dashboard. Community? No. Content. Settings affiliate, there it is. Emotes page. Apparently I have 2 animated emote slots. I don't know why I have 2 extras. I thought I had none. And yeah, I have another emote slot. So thank you for that. I'll look to filling those in later. The other 3 emote slot and 2 animated emotes.
Margrave Edmund is raising objections over the assignment of his troops to the eastern defenses.
If you please one noble, another will only gripe. No matter what happens, there will always be conflict.
That is just the kind of lackadaisical attitude that causes more conflict among us than necessary. Now, listen to me carefully. House Edmund may not hold much land, but the land they do control is quite rich. They also maintain a thriving port. Their influence is poised to rival even the most powerful players in the Alliance, yet they claim they cannot spare a fair share of troops? Do you find it acceptable to let such an obviously unreasonable objection stand?
It's not as though the threat of Elmira to the east has proven all that threatening of late.
Such negligence! What makes you so certain the Almirans will not attack us tomorrow? If certain dukes hold back their proper share of support, it will only serve to weaken House Goneril's hold of our eastern flank.
Calm yourself. I am well aware that the financial situation of House Edmund is quite exceptional. However, what you fail to realize is that they're lacking in troops. They're not lying when they say they don't have that many to spare. As it were, the Almirans have been nothing but peaceful since we refortified Fodlan's Locket. And are you aware that Margrave Edmund paid the majority of the costs for those repairs?
Is that so?
In fact, it's largely thanks to the skilled craftsmen he assembled that the fortress is now so impregnable. I, for one, wouldn't want to attack a fortress as formidable as that.
I do see your point. If House Edmund has already made its fair contribution, then that is all we can ask. Very well. I withdraw my objection. But even the sturdiest fortress needs soldiers to defend it. If we continue to squabble amongst ourselves, it will eventually fall.
Well, and here I thought he only cared about status. Still, if someone like him really came to lead the Alliance, it would not bode well for Elmira.
He also cares about getting his dick wet. This is why I don't want to look at Lawrence's shit, because it's so annoying. So the only thing left to do in my targeted and goals and whatnot for Twitch is having an average of 75 viewers. I have an average of 4.07. And that's the only thing left I need for being a partner, because I have enough stream hours and stream days. So I'll see you in 14 years.
Hey, writing to your sister again?
You bet! Gotta reply to these things as soon as they come in.
You had one last week, too. It's great to see you're both so good about staying in touch. It's especially important when there's a war going on.
Yeah. Oh, that reminds me. My sister wrote to say how much she loved the painting supplies you sent.
Good. I'm glad gathering those pigments paid off.
You even made her a brush. I really appreciate you doing all that for her.
Alright, see you in a bit, Arco.
With painting at that age. I was a pretty artistic kid, if you can believe it. Not a lot of time for it when you're hungry, though.
Sounds like you had a pretty tough time growing up, too, huh?
I guess so. We never thought of it that way. But it's true the children in my village don't usually get to choose their futures. Any one of us could have had the talent for artistic genius and never even noticed. I was one of the lucky ones. I only got to follow my passion thanks to my father and all the other folks. That's why, once I come into my own, the first thing I'll do is head back there and help the other kids.
Oh, wow. It's like all the kids in your village are counting on you.
No need to exaggerate it. Besides, it's not like I'm unique. You're working hard for your sister's future, aren't you?
Yeah. It's like me and you are both carrying big weights. We should try sharing the weight with each other. You know, lighten both of our loads.
Huh?
If we share our problems, then we only gotta carry half the weight, right? It works out for everybody.
It's probably a good thing you didn't try to take on your family's business. If you take half of my burden and I take half of yours, the total's still the same.
Nah, that doesn't sound right. Everything's lighter when you don't gotta carry it alone.
Of course.
On second thought, you might be right. With the right attitude and the right partner to share the burden, maybe it is only half the weight.
Now you're getting it. It's a waste of energy to struggle alone when there's someone who can help you.
That's true. And I do hate waste, as you well know. So when it comes to working toward the future you're after, you know I won't fall short.
Great! And you should never fall short on sharing a big meal with me, too.
Deal.
How am I neglecting a net when she's maxed out? Lie to me.
Oh, hey, it's you. Going for a walk again today?
No, I'm on cooking duty today, and I have to head into town for some groceries.
All on your own? I'd better go with you. I'd be worried if you went by yourself.
No, please, I can manage on my own.
But won't you have a hard time carrying everything back?
Not at all. I'll be fine. I'm just replacing a few ingredients. Also, I may not look it, but I'm actually quite strong. I've been exercising every day.
You're right. You don't look it. Your biceps are a fraction of the size of Raphael's. If you start fumbling around under the weight of all the groceries, and then you trip and spill everything everywhere... Look, I'm just saying that could be your future. It could happen. It doesn't look pretty.
That's what you think of me, huh?
Yep. You're honestly a bit of a mess.
I see. If that's how you feel.
Oh, knock it off with the wounded puppy dog eyes.
What a
As
bitch!
though I'm some sort of villain in your story.
I'm sorry. That wasn't my intention. I'm just a bit sensitive, that's all. You're talking like you don't respect me.
I see. So now it's my fault?
Yes,
no matter
it is.
how grown you seem to think you are, there's so much you're incapable of. You can play at being a mature adult, but it only ever complicates things, and that's exactly what makes you look like a child.
Oh, enough already! Would you just leave me alone?
Maybe I went a bit far that time. But he's so stubborn despite his ineptitude. I can't just leave it be. He's so foolish, constantly making a mess of things. Wait, but then...
No matter how much we stretch, some things are always beyond us. I think it's fine to be vulnerable and ask for help sometimes.
What he said to me before. To everyone else, do I seem just like Ignatz?
Ignatz, hello. What are you up to?
You frightened me.
Oh, calm yourself. What is it that you're drawing?
I thought I'd jot down some sketches of everyone while they're training. And then later on, I'll try to practice their moves on my own. But I can't really concentrate on sketching if someone's watching me.
Just sketches, Even so, they're lovely. There's such life in them. It's as if they're moving on the page before my very eyes.
You really think so? You know, I always hoped to be an artist.
With skills like that, I'm quite certain you could easily make a living of it. And your demeanor is different when you draw. Bolder somehow. Ah, yes, there's an idea. Perhaps in the future you will join my retinue as my personal painter. Wait, have we not discussed this arrangement already? I had decided to take you into my service as a knight, had I not?
Becoming a knight was my father's idea. Being an artist is out of the question, I'm afraid.
So you've said. Well then, I suppose you shall simply have to become a knight who also paints.
A knight who also paints?
I have seen your talent and can attest to it. Your gifts are too great to wither away in obscurity. A knight with the rare gift of artistic talent would be most welcome in my employ.
I had never thought of that. Still, I don't understand why you'd want me as one of your knights. As a fighter, I'm unremarkable.
There is more to knighthood than combat. Courtly manners, a dignified bearing, and an aesthetic sensibility are also essential. A knight with an eye for art and the talent to create it is sure to improve the image of the nobility.
Lawrence, I'd never have guessed you were prone to such eccentric ideas. Thank you. I'm feeling a little more confident after hearing your kind words.
Oh, no cause for thanks. It is a noble's duty to provide guidance to those in need.
It didn't work. Odd. My logic was sound, or so I thought.
Ah, Lysithea, I've just happened upon some lovely tea leaves. Would you care to join me for a cup?
Nope. Busy.
While I admire your dedication to research, you simply must take breaks now and again for the sake of your health.
I am perfectly capable of knowing when to stop. I'm no child, I'll have you know.
Come now, take just a brief respite. Look, I've even brought snacks to go with the tea.
Ooh, that actually looks pretty tasty. All right, fine.
Well,
She's
what do
such
you
a
think? These are made especially for my house.
child
I've loved them
complex.
since I was a boy.
Oh, jeez. Wow. Actually, this is delicious. You have excellent taste, Lawrence.
Have as much as you'd like. For the sake of our friendship, I consider it well worth the investment. I'd like to know more about you, Lysithea. Where did you learn such a command of magic? When you were a child, what kind of...
Come on. Can't we just enjoy the snacks? I loathe talking about myself.
Openness is a prerequisite to successful diplomacy. You'll learn that when you take your first real steps into high society.
Can you stop with the kid treatment? I mean, really, is age the only thing you consider when engaging with others?
But there's nothing the matter with being young. There is a role to be played at every stage in life. That is how we learn and grow.
Are you even listening? It's like you can't even help yourself but to continue treating me like a child.
I absolutely recognize your raw ability. You possess quite a rare gift for magic. I hope we can find a way for you to use that gift to help as many people as we can. Surely you can agree to that at least.
You really are relentless. I'll spell this out for you once more. I don't care.
You're headstrong, just like me. That very quality will ensure a better future for Fodlan.
I, sir, am nothing like you. You're bullheaded and boorish, and utterly fixated on the future. All you care about is what's to come. Sure, it's all well and good to be thinking about such lofty things. However, for me, the future's a very long ways off. Better to focus on the present, on the here and now. Thanks for the tea.
They're perfect for each other.
Lysithea?
Marianne, do you mind if I ask you about something? Yes? It's about animal behavior. Among us all, you surely know the most about animals. I've read that in outdoor battles, wild animals can sometimes cause unexpected confusion.
what do you think would be the best strategy to... are you listening, Marianne?
I was listening. I just don't think I can really...
For crying out loud! Why do you always have to admit defeat before even giving yourself a chance?
My advice would probably just put everyone in danger. You'd be better off without me.
This is beyond ridiculous. You're impossible. You seem convinced you're some sort of cursed being, destined to bring doom and gloom to anyone you encounter.
Well...
Why do you have such a terrible opinion of yourself? How could you possibly be so dense?
I just...
Just nothing. Now you listen to me for a moment. I can see that you have some deep-seated turmoil you struggle with. I'll have you know I have quite a few issues of my own, perhaps more grave than yours, if you can imagine.
Really?
Yes, but I'm not the only one who has such troubles to contend with. Everyone does. That's why it's so important to maintain a positive outlook and do what we can. Each time we find the light in the dark, we grow, bit by bit. And without growth, what's the point in carrying on?
Lysithea, I envy your confidence and strength.
Don't envy me. Instead, just choose to find the positive, won't you?
Yes. Well, maybe someday.
The time is now! This is your moment!
Oh, okay.
That's more like it. Now to start, why don't you help me out by answering my questions about wild animals?
I'll certainly try my best.
Get him
Tell
over
me,
with.
Marianne, do you have a love of flowers?
Well, I don't dislike them.
I've happened upon a spot that's just teeming with splendid blossoms. Would you like me to show you?
I think I would rather stay. It would be for the best if you kept your distance from me.
Well, perhaps I could pick a few of the nicest and present them to you. With a beautiful bouquet in your arms, your magnificence would rival even that of the goddess.
I would never compare myself to the beauty of the goddess.
I see. Well, I don't mind. Oh, that is a lovely handkerchief you've got there. Did you know that a handkerchief reflects the sensitivity of its owner? Yours tells me you have quite a refined sensibility.
Shut up.
If you only applied yourself a little more to the rest of your ensemble, there is no
Oh
doubt in my mind.
Oh, you...
If you
I
admire
hate
my
him.
handkerchief so much, you may have it.
No, please, that is not what I meant.
It was a gift from my adoptive father. I didn't choose it for myself. I'm sure I don't share his refined sensibilities, though, considering how little he and I have in common. I have to go.
Such beauty. And yet, with just a little polish, she'd be a marvel. If only she...
Shut up.
I wonder...
Go
There is
away.
nothing that I...
No. I'm done. I'm not giving Lorenz any more tries. Ruined everything for me.
Hey, Cyril. What are you up to? Working?
You're in the way, Hilda. Move.
How rude. I'm not in the way.
Are you just here to goof off?
No, I'm here to feed the horses, actually.
Uh-huh. Where's the fodder, then?
I wasn't sure where to find it. Can you help with that?
I'll take care of it. I'm cleaning the place anyways.
Oh, thanks. It's great to have you on the job. I know you'll handle it perfectly.
Yeah, well, I don't like it when I feel like I'm not doing my part.
You're always so focused on the task at hand. Sometimes I almost forget you're Almyran. I always thought they were a rough and unreliable sort of
Bit
people.
racist.
Though you're not really like the rest of them. You seem normal for the most part.
Rough and unreliable, huh?
My family has to fight against Almyran sometimes. Not that my father or brother ever clued me in on what the battles were like.
But I do know that armies from Almyra will attack without reason and break treaties and tell lies. Everyone says they're a bunch of brutes.
Yeah? Huh.
Am I boring you? I'm talking about your people.
In the worst
Those
way
aren't my
possible.
people. I was just born there.
Okay, let's turn the tables. How do the people of Fodlan seem to you, from an Almyran perspective?
Huh.
That look on your face. Are you okay?
I can't tell you what I think of folks from Fodlan. I don't really got an impression of them altogether.
What's that supposed to mean?
There's all sorts of different people everywhere. You can't say everybody of one place is any one thing. It's no different when you're talking about Fodlan or Almyra or any place else. And wherever you go, you see people in power keep the weak ones down.
Huh. Felix doesn't have many people to talk with. I guess because he's not in his normal class? He talks with Seteth. Hey, it all works. Toss the host and luck, we do the J job. Alrighty. Thank you.
Today's dinner is steak and then a cake that's yummy yum. Now it's time to fill my tummy tum. Oh, this mountain of sweets and treats that I long to eat. Oh, stacks of steaks and cakes and crumbs and yums.
I hope I'm not interrupting.
Felix, you weren't listening, were you?
I heard enough to know that you're hungry.
No, I mean, well, yes. At least tell me you didn't see the dance.
You have nice footwork. Get something to eat. I can take over watering the plants.
You're evil, Felix!
And you're shouting.
You can't just spy on people while they're singing without even saying anything. It's not right.
I actually did call out that I was coming in. It's not my fault you didn't hear.
Well, you need to speak louder then. Ugh, this is so embarrassing. And of course I was singing some silly food song I made up. I should have been singing about bears or swamp beasties.
I didn't realize there were songs about bears and swamp beasties. That food song seemed to be close to your heart. Your stomach isn't far from your heart, after all.
Oh, you are the worst!
Huh. What was that about? I better water these plants. Wouldn't want them to get thirsty, or they might start singing too.
I think Felix has had one of the better changes from his teen to adult life. It could also just be that I've taken too long seeing these events. That's his normal teen self. Welcome back, Arco. I made something especially for you. You may see it or you may not. Spent the last hour tearing off the... Lovely.
Spectacular work, Felix!
Why are you here? You're interrupting.
Oh, my apologies. I simply thought you were doing a great job.
Just how sharp is that blade of yours, Felix? Do you imagine you might be able to cut something cleanly with it?
Probably.
Wonderful. I have a special request for you then.
You want a haircut?
You want me to cut this firewood?
I do. I shall toss them one by one to you, and you shall make a sweeping blow to slice them.
Sounds like a chore.
I saw a knight do it once, so surely you can as well. Or perhaps you are worried that you are not capable.
What? I am more than capable.
Right. Show me what you are made of. Here it comes.
Doing them one by one is tedious. Just throw them all at once.
All of them, if you insist. Here we go! Wow, you truly are spectacular!
I know.
You are undoubtedly the most revered woodcutter in all the land. Now I am intrigued. Next time, let us try an even larger woodpile.
Why did I agree to this?
Hello, Professor Manuela. I wish you to know that I have heard ever so much about your talents.
Whatever are you talking about, Flame?
Singing! Why, you are wonderfully skilled at it, are you not? Why, I have even overheard people saying your voice is akin to the singing of a goddess.
It makes me happy to hear. But who told you that?
Oh, the students are always speaking of it, which got me to thinking, I may be the only person in all of the Academy who's never heard your beautiful voice in song. So, I was wondering, Manuela, might you sing a little something for me?
Your request is touching, but I can't perform on such short notice. My voice is an instrument and requires proper gentle care. However, the stories are true. I was once the leader of the Middle Franc troupe, but that was a long time ago.
Middle Franc? What do those words mean precisely?
You've never heard of the Middle Franc troupe? Before the war, it was the single most popular opera company in the imperial capital. I used to sing on stage with them. I was the star, in fact.
Oh, wow! In all of Enbar? They must not have been around when I was living there.
You used to live in Enbar?
Indeed. Although I was quite a bit younger at the time. It is where I was born, as a matter of fact.
Oh, well, you must have been too young to hear about us.
Yes, that could be. And what precisely is the function of an opera troupe?
You don't know what an opera troupe is? Well, it's a group of performers like myself who act out stories on stage in front of a big audience. Stories with lots of singing.
Oh, I understand now. I certainly have experience in the fine art of storytelling. There is often singing as a part of story time for the children at the monastery.
That is darling, Flame. But I'm not sure it's quite the same thing as an opera. You see, operas are performed in grand theaters with orchestral accompaniment. Everyone attending wears their finest. It is a very special occasion.
Theaters, they're called? You mean to say that there are buildings exclusively used for telling stories?
You've never even heard of a theater? You're an intelligent girl, Flame, and the world is full of wonders. You have a lot left to discover.
Not many more to go. Fuck Lorenz. Again. Alright, no more left. Doesn't say if I have a time limit for these. I'll do them this first. That's 32. I'll do the other one first. Easiest one first. Do that, and then we'll do the auxiliary. The auxiliary is only here for the day. Have you seen what I've done for you yet, Arco? I don't know if that was what the heart was for. music. No chests. It's messaged my teammate. I think I had Flame because I was assuming she was going to be forced at some point. Let's take her off of view. Somebody the Flame though she survives. Probably friend Felix. Attack.
I'm your girl.
What's next?
What's my strategy? All is going to plan.
Just let me at him.
At the ready.
So much movement. I can't attack. I guess I can't attack adjacent, but yeah, because it's 2 to 3.
Sorry, but I must. The weak fall.
Onward.
Steady now. I wasn't about to let you go.
His voice is really deep in the battle. Maybe they were still using his free time skip voice in those cutscenes.
Goddess, forgive me. My orders? Shall we?
Shall we?
Leave it to me.
Is that all?
I'll tolerate no obstacle.
That's enough!
Nice dog.
Fighting wears me out. I still have a long way to...
Hey, look at you.
I'll defeat you! No mercy.
My blood compels me! This is for the best, right?
That's a lot of damage.
I want to learn even more.
At least you got some defense.
Good form. This success will translate to victory.
Wonder what that does.
So close.
I'm sorry.
It's over. I must lead them well. I'll use this power for the greater good.
Pretty nice level.
In a hurry to die. A nobleman does his duty. I can still fight.
Still alive. Thank you.
I'm not dying here.
That's another one.
I'm always thinking he's like messed up his attack when he doesn't get the second one in, but it's always going to be a crit. Even as an A professor, I still only has 2 battles. Seems really word. Stingy on the increases for that.
I'm your girl.
Sorry. What's my strategy? This could turn the tides.
Steady now.
Shall we? I'll do my best.
Shall we? Come, I have an idea.
My orders? Onward.
I can see the difficulty slightly going upwards of how much more health and defense these fellas have.
Good fuel for his...
Leave it to me.
It's really weird how these fights play out. They all just go for the beast, even though they're all kind of enemies. Oh, Ignat. Oh, Ignat survived.
Still alive.
Just barely. Get some defense, boyo. Thank you.
I want to do my
That's a
part.
great level.
Hope this isn't it. Thank you. Steady now.
Me too.
This should work.
I fought and won.
Seize the moment.
No hesitation.
All is going to plan.
If only I had a cleave ability where if I kill someone I can just attack somebody else.
Sorry it's gotta be like this.
They're gonna kill the beast. Apparently his item just disappears into the Aether and doesn't get picked up by the guy who killed him.
A nobleman does his duty. I can exceed this.
Still far.
To get these people some speed so they can get down here.
That helps.
Never let your guard down.
Pickles doesn't have a seal, does he? His defense is terrible at 12. Because Raphael has 8 higher than he does. The stats really make a big difference. I thought his shield had a charge then.
Strategy in motion.
That's kind of cool.
Self-kept. Decent form.
I was gonna say, that didn't heal anyone, but it healed 2 of my people, so it's fine.
It won't be in vain.
Coming for your death.
Another victory. I'll use this power for the greater good.
Even I have that.
There's only 4 left. Not gonna be able to max out my swordsmanship.
This could turn the tides.
Bring me down to 29, I think.
Watch and learn. Here is something to believe in. I must lead them well.
An offensive sight. I'll tolerate no obstacle.
Another victory.
Yep, down 29. So close. know what else to be training. All going up to S's.
Oh. I understand. No. I would...
Train you up a bit.
Yeah.
What? I'm finding...
Hey, Professor. I think you've been working too much lately. The battle's gonna keep going with or without you, but you're the one doing the most out there.
Yes, I am.
It's real impressive how you can focus on giving orders and fighting. I don't think I could do both in the same battle. I see you running all over the place, even after the battle's over. I just don't want you to wear yourself out. Oh yeah? As soon as you say you're fine, that's when it hits you. No offense, Professor, but don't you think some folks might be taking advantage of you? Claude keeps asking you to do things, but you never say no.
I can't say
Like
no.
when you gave that speech to the troops. That didn't seem like something you wanted to do. I know you gotta follow orders on the battlefield, but you shouldn't have to do things off the battlefield if you don't wanna. What do you mean? Like studying? Sure, it's not my favorite thing in the world, but that was to keep my little sis fed. I had good reason for it. The same, huh? I think I get what you mean. You do things you don't want to do for the sake of everyone else. That's real noble of you, Professor. I guess I can't get in your way if you're doing it for the right reasons. Okay then. I'm gonna keep trying to do my best. But now, I'm gonna do it for you. My little sis is important to me. But you're real important too. I always work hard for the people who matter to me. And having more of them in my life just means I gotta work even harder. What do you think? Really? I wasn't expecting you to say that. You're gonna make me blush. We gotta keep working hard together then. At least until this war's over. I'll work to make sure you don't collapse from exhaustion. You got nothing to worry about, Professor. I've been training non-stop. I got your back, no matter what.
At least it looks like his clothes better fit him now.
Dear Goddess, I ask for guidance. Professor, you're always watching over me, aren't you? I've spent my entire life avoiding people. Speaking to others was so difficult for me, so I made a point to always be alone. Animals and the goddess were the only ones I could really open up to. Do you remember the time you asked what it was I prayed for? Yes, but that wasn't the case. Back then, I felt that my life served no purpose, and that I was nothing more than a burden. In truth,
I was begging the goddess to take me to her. That was my daily prayer. But now I fear the idea of dying and being left alone. I have friends who accept me for who I am now, in spite of my crest. And I have you watching over me. I finally learned to accept the kindness and warmth of others. It's because of you, Professor. Because of you, I've decided to live. I'm sorry to have worried you, but I'm all right now. Even if I'm separated from you or any of my friends, the memories I've made here will give me the strength to continue on. Oh, I'm sure I'll have the strength to move forward if we're together.
At least she is an S.
Hey, Professor. Can we talk? I feel terrible about the last time we spoke. I was trying to apologize and just ended up losing my temper again. I'm really sorry. I figured you'd say that, but I still feel like an idiot. Somehow, I just have a hard time keeping my feelings in check around you. And I think if I don't just tell you what I'm thinking, we'll never be able to have a normal conversation. So, let me clear the air. I want us to, engage.
Well now.
Yeah, exactly. I know it's a sudden thing to ask, but I'm not going to feel settled until I know where I stand. Would you do that for me? Good. Don't hold back, okay? I want to see you at your absolute best.
He gets down in one hit.
Phew. You got me. I'm completely outmatched. Maybe, but you were definitely stronger. Honestly, that's what I needed to see. You're a true successor to Captain Gerald's style of swordplay. I almost felt like you were him. I thought I was competing with you, but that's as pointless as competing against him would have been. So instead of that, I'm going to focus on keeping the promise I made to him. Captain Gerald said that if anything should happen to him, I'd have to support you in his place. He didn't sound serious at the time, but it was right before he... you know, before we lost him. So, I've decided. I'd like to do just what he said. I know I'm not as strong as I need to be, but I swear to you, I'll train until I am. What do you say? Can I call you my employer?
I have no choice.
Yes, it's official. I'll protect you no matter what.
Can't argue with...
Everybody's A+, except people I don't care for. And that's almost there.
I'm feeling good about this.
Perseverance is the key.
Age is but a number.
Thank you so much.
Oh boy, spices. I think everyone has the correct abilities on. Ooh, please. Kind of sad that the people who don't use weapons don't have any combat arts. I guess because they have all of their spells at their disposal. Spend the day today exploring. However, that's where I'm gonna have to leave this off for today. So I have a haircut ready and all set for half an hour from now. So go for that. Don't know how long the game has left in it. I mean, we're already doing the restoration still, but we have to fight the Empire. But there's a fight to the north and a fight to the south, and then we're ready to fight the Empire, so possibly 3 months after that, maybe 4. And then we may just have a epilogue month where we deal with the relationships, because I can't go past S until it says after the war. I don't know when that's gonna be. So I may need to focus more on the units because their damage output is definitely lower in the time skip. So that made us need to update equipment again, even though a lot of them are using silver weaponry, which was pretty much the top tier things I could do. I was restricted due to my professor level, but now it's A. I have some more access, so I can look at that next time. So I shall thank everyone for watching. Next stream is most likely going to be Tuesday, unless I decide to stream on Saturday, because we're not doing the D20 campaign then, at least to my memory. I can double check. But Tuesday, we should be going back to Code Vein. Then back to Pathfinder, and more of this on Thursday. So if I don't see you any of those days, I shall see you all next time.